What happens when the suspect wears a badge? This analysis examines 4 intersecting legal doctrines: Terry, stop authority; Michigan false identity statutes; the Law Enforcement Officers Safety Act; and Brady and Giglio impeachment obligations, each triggered and each violated in this single encounter.
Hi, sir. Can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah, how are you?
Good. How about yourself?
Oh, not too shabby.
What's going on?
Oh, just walking around the lake.
Just walking around the lake?
Yeah.
Okay. Where'd you start at?
Over by Reed's Lake.
Okay. Like Reed's Lake Boulevard, where?
Just south of here.
South of there?
Yep.
Okay. Reason I wanted to talk to you, we had a call on a subject matching your description.
Okay.
Blue jeans, blue sweatshirt.
Yep.
Walking around with his penis out.
Okay.
So, obviously I see you and go, well, okay. Matches the description, might as well
Sure.
get a conversation in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you have any ID on you?
I don't.
You don't?
No.
What's your name?
Dennis.
Dennis, have you ever been in trouble before?
I have not.
8121, go ahead.
8125, just got traffic.
Dennis, what's your middle name?
Evan.
Can you try to reach him, please?
8125, your status.
8125, I'm out with one. Lakeside in the Boulevard. Dennis, what's your last name?
Evans.
Copy.
What's your middle name?
Lakeside and Boulevard.
Dennis Evans?
Williams.
4110, forward around.
What's your date of birth?
1011 84.
And what's a good phone number for you? Okay. And what's your address?
Am I being detained or?
Well, right now I'm trying to figure out what's going on with you.
Okay.
Trying to figure out whether you're a potential suspect, whether somebody didn't see something right.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to get all the information
Sure.
so I can put it in the report and
I understand.
list it that way.
Yep.
So, do you have your address?
I do. I guess I'm not being detained. I don't really
Okay.
have any reason to. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, at this point, we'll say you're being detained until I figure out what's going on and get a better description of the person and see what we can figure out from there.
Sure.
Does that seem fair?
Yep.
Okay. What's your address? If you don't want to give it to me, that's fine.
Yep.
When I run you, I'll get it that way.
Okay.
Okay?
Sure.
Now, I think I saw you when I passed by the first time.
Yep.
And you went back that way.
Uh-huh.
And then I saw you walk over here, and you were looking back that way, and then you kind of started to run for a second this way. Why was that?
I have no clue.
Okay. Because I think you started to run this way, saw me, and then you stopped running.
Okay.
That seemed a little odd to me, based on everything that I had heard.
Sure.
Could you see where that would be the case?
Absolutely. No, I mean, I saw here. If I wouldn't have stopped running, I guess if I thought it was suspicious.
Yeah. Yeah. Was there a reason you ducked back in the woods when I went by the first time?
I don't know if it's a bridge or like an old stone. I don't even know what it is back there. But yeah, I was just checking it out.
You were just checking that out?
Yep.
Okay.
Information for Cannon Township units
Okay.
on the traffic hazard. 5 miles.
Want to sit tight with him while I run him real quick?
That's clear for Kingsville.
The name he gave didn't exist in any police database. No driver's license, no vehicle record, no trace at all. The officer returned to him, giving him a chance to correct the information.
All right, Dennis. I don't know if I copied something down wrong or you're not giving me the right information.
Okay.
So let's go over your full name again. Dennis is your first name?
Yep.
D-E-N-N-I-S?
Yep.
What's your middle name?
Evan.
E-V-A-N?
Yep.
And your last name again?
Williams.
W-I-L-L-I-A-M-S?
Yep.
Okay. And
84.
do you have a Michigan driver's license?
No.
Oh. Have you ever had a Michigan driver's license?
A while ago.
Do you have a driver's license anywhere, any other states?
No.
Have you been in trouble before?
No.
You don't have an ID on you right now?
I don't.
Nothing on you?
No.
All right, sit tight. Let me see what else I can find out.
Okay.
He repeated the same information. Still, nothing came back. Meanwhile, after the 2 failed attempts to identify the suspect, the victim drove past the scene, and from inside her car, She saw the suspect and immediately identified him to the officer, stating that she was 100% sure. This prompted the officer to approach the suspect a third time, giving him the last chance to give his correct identity. But what did he do?
Okay. Here's where we're at.
Okay.
I got in touch with the victim. Victim drove by. She gave me a description when I talked to her. She drove by, said 100%, no doubt in her mind it was you.
Okay.
So here's what we're going to do. You're going to give me your proper name. You're going to give me your address. And then we're going to go from there.
Okay.
All right? So let's start with proper name.
That's what I gave her.
So Dennis Williams.
Evan Williams.
Dennis Evan Williams.
101184.
And what's your address?
Don't really have one.
You don't have one.
Not really staying anywhere.
How'd you get here?
41.
Drove.
Oh, where's your car at?
North side of Reed. Well, south side of Reed's Lake.
10-4. 4244 if you want to.
Over by the east belt line?
Yep.
What kind of car is it? Yeah, what kind of car?
It's an Impala.
10-4, en route. What color is it?
Tan.
Tan Impala. Is that registered to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should be.
Okay. Where was your previous address?
Out on Elmwood.
On Elmwood?
Yeah.
What's the address on Elmwood?
It's a 3000 number.
Okay, so you were on Elmwood, but you haven't.
That was 6 years ago.
Okay. Where have you stayed for the last 6 years?
Just kind of bouncing back and forth. I guess I never really had a mailing address.
Okay. You can see where I think some of this is really kind of confusing and funny. It seems like there's a lot missing here.
Sure.
Were you in jail? Were you in prison? Were you in any type of mental health facility?
No.
No. So for the last 6 years, you haven't had a place to live, a true place to live. Where does your vehicle register to?
Should be me.
But what address is it registered to?
I guess I'm not sure. It's been a while.
Do you know what the license plate is?
Not off the top of my head.
At this point, he left the officers with absolutely no choice.
Okay. Thing for right now is I'm trying to figure out exactly who you are. I'm going to have you have a seat in the back of my car.
Okay.
You're not under arrest
Okay.
at this
But-
point. We just got to figure out who you are, man.
Sure.
That's
I
it.
can
I
tell
guess-
you, here's what's going to happen today.
Right.
All right. At this point, what's going to happen, I'll be getting the information. I want to figure out who you are for sure. Obviously, I kind of need that at this point. We will be releasing you from the scene after I can figure that out. And then we'll be in touch with the prosecutor's office. Prosecutor's office can decide what they want to do with you. All right?
Sure.
So that's what we're looking at. Questions on that? Okay.
Pretty straightforward.
Let's step over here. I'll have you have a seat in my car. Seats are not comfortable.
I can't imagine they are.
Before you get in, though, we're going to make sure you don't have any weapons on you. That's just kind of our
If I
policy.
can stand outside of it.
No, I'm going to have you have a seat because I want to be able to talk back and forth. So,
Can I
do you have
talk to
anything?
you through the window?
Do you have anything on you that we need to know about?
No.
Okay.
Can I talk to you through the window?
No.
Yeah, let's just have a seat real quick.
Okay.
Go ahead and put your hands back behind your back coat. Like I said, you're not getting arrested. Nope. Turn around, face that way.
Face that way.
Okay.
You're not getting arrested. Put your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers together.
Okay.
There you go. He's just gonna.
Do you have anything on you that's going to cut me, poke me, anything like that?
No.
Nothing I need to worry
Nope.
about. No grenades, no bombs, no
No,
guns.
no grenades. A knife.
Knives.
Keys.
No knives on you or anything like that.
He's got it.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
This is just your cell phone.
4548 please. Go ahead with it.
Okay.
Edward, 90.
Lift up your arms a little bit for me.
Edward 1, William,
Stand
90.
straight. Gun. Got him?
Edward, William, 9825. That's up the Edward.
Step up against the car. Yeah. You got touchdown? Yep. I got fingers. Is this why you didn't want us to pat you down?
Well, part of it.
Okay.
Under Terry versus Ohio, 1968, a valid investigatory stop requires only reasonable, articulable suspicion specific. Objective facts distinguishable from a hunch. 3 factors satisfied the Terry threshold. Here a victim's 911 report, a matching physical description, and flight-like behavior. The subject briefly fled, then stopped upon seeing officers. Illinois versus Wardlow, 2000. Established that unprovoked flight from police is a legitimate factor in the reasonable suspicion calculus. These elements, taken together, were legally sufficient. Prolonged failure to identify extended the detention lawfully. Highbell versus 6th Judicial District, 2004. Confirmed states may require identification during a Terry stop. Michigan exercises that authority. Michigan compiled laws. Section 7, 50.479C, makes it a misdemeanor to knowingly and willfully provide false information to a peace officer during a criminal investigation. The subject gave the same false identity 3 times on camera, including after a victim made a 100% positive identification. Each instance is an independent and documented violation. Minnesota versus Dickerson, 1993. Authorizes a protective pat-down when an officer reasonably suspects a detained person is armed. Ongoing false identity and the nature of the underlying offense met that threshold independently. The pat-down yielded a loaded Springfield Armory Hellcat, 9mm, round chambered, at the waistband, and a Microtech switchblade in the pocket. Neither was disclosed when officers directly and specifically asked about weapons. The subject was a 10-year law enforcement officer. He understood the legal and safety implications of that concealment better than any civilian possibly could.
We'll get to the rest here shortly.
Not really, but
Just
no, I tried to pull my wife.
okay.
On this call for this lady.
All right, bring the other arm down. I'm gonna have to go second cuffs.
I was trying to slide it over for you.
Pull that one down.
Copy, thank you.
Go ahead and let go of your fingers.
40-30.
Like you're gonna pray. Like you're gonna pray. There you go.
40-38,
Pull this one down.
I can't go any further.
We'll readjust here in a second, but
All right.
nope, stay
This
here.
one too tight?
No, you're okay.
Okay. I'm gonna double lock them here. Double lock them so they don't ratchet down in your wrist. Okay. Here, from here on out, Dennis, if that's your real name, just give the real info, because then we can go get you printed, and we're gonna figure out all that stuff.
Sure.
John, I did not finish patting him down.
Yep.
Do you have a license?
Yeah.
CPL?
Yeah.
Oh, something you probably could have told us. I'm gonna put this up front for right now.
You still need medical? Simple.
Yeah, 45.
All right, you got finished pat down?
Yeah, I did a pat down in the back.
All right, have a seat.
40-33, I'll be able to take the plate.
Not comfortable.
Yeah, no,
Like I said.
I can't imagine.
All right, what's your real name?
So, here's the deal. This has nothing to do with what you guys stopped me for today. I'm supposed to be at work. All right. I told my wife I was supposed to be at training today. I didn't want to go to work. I took a vacation. She just thinks I'm at work.
45 something.
Okay.
46 something.
That's about
So you're
it.
playing hooky right now.
Yes, exactly. And she thinks I'm at work because I didn't want to stay home with the kids, and so I had the babysitter come out.
Yep.
That's where we're at.
Okay. So, you have your full name then?
Yes.
Yeah, what is it?
Troy.
4534, I can find another recognition.
Allen. A-L-L-E-N. White, just like the color. 10/31/86.
Yep.
And you obviously don't want your wife to know what's going on.
Kind of why we're here.
As officers detained him pending identification, they conducted a pat-down. That's when everything changed. Inside his waistband was a loaded Springfield Armory Hellcat, round-chambered. In his pocket, a Microtech switchblade. Neither had been disclosed, but what the officers were just about to discover would shift the case even further.
Is there any way I could write you something?
Huh?
Is there any way I could get a pen and a piece of paper?
Or?
Just so I could write you something?
Yeah.
You can do that.
About 5 minutes. We're ready for that. I've had it rolling from job site to bring in that room.
4670, do you have a description of the child? He's about 11 years old. I'm being told a black and green sweatshirt. I'm just coming into the area now. 10 floor.
Okay. Slide your feet in.
What he wrote on that paper was KCSD. His true identity is Troy Allen White, a 10-year Kent County Sheriff's deputy, but sadly, a suspect in this situation.
I got some stuff to figure out.
Okay.
Like, what you put down. So,
About what I put down?
yeah, you work for the Sheriff's Department? Okay, what do you do there?
4119,
Why'd you lie to me?
Yeah, for 4119,
My
1519.
wife finding out I was not at work when I said I was.
4528, 4120, status check.
Obviously, at this point, I got to confirm that you work for the Sheriff's Department. Which then would generally let you have the gun, but not having any ID seems like a mistake on your part. Is that in your car?
I can give you my MCO's number.
So here's where we're at this point. We're going to work on confirming whether you are actually work for the Sheriff's Department. After we confirm that,
1910, it was a neighbor, but we don't know who. They never answered on call back.
because you don't have a CPL listed, or it didn't, actually I'll have to run it a little different.
Should be covered under LEOSA, I guess.
Yes, it would be. But generally with LEOSA, you have to carry your ID with you too.
Sure.
But that's a different story. The false name is obviously an issue, and the original accusation is obviously an issue.
Right.
But
Well, like I said, the name was, again, I'm not supposed to be at work, so that's why I was concerned about that.
I got my chief kind of working on that side of it. He wasn't quite at home yet, so he... Now, are you living with your wife or separated or something?
Nope, we're all living together.
Okay. And why is it you just didn't want to be home today?
Just finally a day off. On my days off, I got the kids all day, so... Again, she thought I was at training, which I originally did have training planned, but they canceled it last minute, so... The babysitter was already coming out. So it was one of those, either I say, hey, training got canceled, the babysitter stays home,
You're
I'm
out to
stuck
large
with the kids,
complaint at Central Station.
I'm at training,
Caesar
and
Charlotte.
I'm not. If that makes sense.
Nope, I understand. All right, here's the deal. So we're gonna run you to the Sheriff's Department. Gonna P&P you there, take you to Ottawa County, lodge you on false info, indecent exposure, $100 bond for each.
Okay.
So you'll be able to post bond tonight. I'm gonna tell you you're gonna get suspended when we get down to the Sheriff's Department here. We're gonna meet with Lieutenant Van Single. She has questions in regards to your vehicle and whether your tax stuff is in your vehicle.
Okay.
And I'm sure it's around somewhere. Is that something we can secure? So it's not sitting in the car, in the truck. Obviously, they're going to want that back as duty weapons if you're going to be suspended.
Yeah, no, they can get it out of there.
Okay. How do you want to do that? You want to tell me where the car is? I can give one of my guys keys, or...
I'm trying to think if it's locked up in there or not. So the rifle will be under the back seat, and then there's my duty pistol in the center console that might be locked.
Okay, and is the key on?
Yes, the driver's key should unlock it.
Driver's key would unlock that. Okay, and your wallet's in there. Do you have your ID and your badge in there as well?
That should be it with the pistol, yep.
Okay. All right.
Troy gave consent to search his truck, and what the officers found was beyond shocking.
1523.
Inside the vehicle, officers found 3 additional Sheriff's Department firearms, ammunition, and his badge. And behind the driver's seat, a flesh-colored dildo. The discovery raised questions investigators couldn't answer on scene about intent, behavior, and whether this incident was isolated. During a follow-up call, officers asked the victim a necessary question, whether she could have mistaken what she saw.
I just have a few other questions. This question might seem a little strange. But what you saw, you described it as his penis.
Right.
Do you know what color it looked like?
So I was thinking about this a lot last night because one of the officers asked me, "Are you sure it was his penis?" And I was like, yeah.
Okay.
And then I started to think, well, I suppose it could have been a strap-on dildo that he was wearing through his pants.
Mm-hmm.
But it was certainly an erect penis that was very, and this is why I noticed, because it was a very white compared to his pants.
Got it.
Like, that's what caught my eye.
Got it. It was very white compared to his pants. There was a definite contrast.
Right.
Okay. So it was, you're saying it's white or light in color. Okay. All right. That's helpful. And
because that is what caught my eye, was that color contrast in a place where a color contrast should not be.
Yep. And to you,
I could see top of pants and then that.
Okay. And it was...
So it was like out of the fly.
It was out of the fly. Yep. That's what you mentioned, I think, to Sergeant Colster at the time when you talked to him. And did it appear real?
I can't say that I was super interested in
right. I know you didn't want to, glance. You didn't want
visual analysis.
Yes.
More in disbelief, like, oh my gosh, is this really happening? This can't be really happening. No, I think this is really happening.
Right.
And as I'm running by, and so seeing it in profile, very straight.
Okay.
So for whatever that's worth.
Okay. But is it fair? I mean, just from talking to you yesterday, you made it clear that it was completely erect, and it's fair that it appeared to be real to you.
Oh yeah, and the thing that I was thinking last night is that even if it is a dildo, that's still not cool.
Of course not.
To be walking around town with that sticking out of your pants.
Right.
Like that's conveying the same essence.
Okay.
The Law Enforcement Officers Safety Act, 18 United States Code, Section 926B permits qualified active officers to carry concealed firearms in any state, regardless of local permitting requirements. Section 926B contains one express condition. The officer must carry photographic identification verifying employment at the time of carry. The subject had no identification on his person. The LEOSA exemption was void. LEOSA provides no immunity from lawful detention and no authority to conceal a firearm from fellow officers during a Terry stop. The non-disclosure compounds the federal compliance violation with a direct officer safety breach. Under Brady v. Maryland, 1963, prosecutors must disclose to defense counsel any evidence that could materially impeach a law enforcement witness. That obligation is constitutional, not discretionary. Under Giglio v. United States, 1972, pending criminal charges against a testifying officer constitute Brady material. Every prior case this officer participated in is now subject to mandatory disclosure review. Eyewitness reliability is assessed under Neal v. Biggers, 1972. 5. Factors: opportunity to view, degree of attention, description accuracy, certainty at identification, and time elapsed between offense and identification. Every Biggers factor favors admission, direct daylight contact, immediate 911 report, accurate prior description, and a spontaneous drive-by identification with 100% certainty and no hesitation. This identification survives suppression. Probable cause for indecent exposure under Michigan compiled laws, Section 7, 50.335a, is established a knowing and open public act corroborated by positive identification and physical evidence recovered from the vehicle. Probable cause for false information under Section 7, 50.479c is documented on camera 3 times. In sequence, each charge stands independently without reliance on the other. The responding officers receive an A-. Every escalation, the Terry stop. The pat-down. The vehicle search was grounded in articulable legal authority and documented on camera at the moment of each decision. The A- reflects one gap on-camera continuity of the full pat-down between officers was briefly unclear. In a suppression hearing, the completeness of a pat-down becomes a material and litigable fact. Troy Allen White receives an F. 3 willful violations of Section 7, 50.479c. Concealment of a loaded firearm. LEOSA non-compliance. Resignation before institutional review could formally conclude. The legal outcome carries precise irony. LEOSA, the statute that expanded this officer's carry rights, contains the exact condition he violated. Brady and Giglio, designed to protect defendants, now permanently impeach him. 3 lessons emerge from this case with broad application to law enforcement practice and legal analysis. First, reasonable suspicion is cumulative. Under Terry and Wardlow, each contributing factor must be documented independently. The totality must survive suppression review, not merely the strongest single element taken in isolation. Second, statutory exemptions carry compliance obligations. LEOSA is a powerful federal protection, but it is conditional. Failure to carry qualifying identification at the moment of carry forfeits the exemption entirely and without exception. Third, officer misconduct does not remain contained to one case. Brady and Giglio create retroactive systemic exposure. Charges against a law enforcement officer become discoverable in every prior prosecution that officer touched, with no statute of limitations on that disclosure obligation. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to check out our second channel, Street Bodycam, for even more police interaction and courtroom content.